Good day to all of you students. Today we want to take up some more sums on set theory. I have written the question for you. There are 6 questions. State whether true or false. Now children, please remember, whenever we have a statement false, we can give an example and prove that it is false. Means we can give a counter example. And if we want to prove anything to be right, then we cannot go by the method of example. I will give you a very small example. Supposing a child says that, sir, I was present in the school for all the days of the month of January. So he is saying that he never remained absent in the month of January in school. He was present on all the days of the month of January. So if he wants to prove this statement, in the register he will have to show that he is present on each and every day whenever it was a working day in the school. Leave aside holidays. He cannot say, see madam, I was present on 16th, therefore I was present on all the days of January month. That cannot happen. So he cannot take up one particular day and tell, okay, see madam, I was present on this day, so that means I was present on all the working days of the month of January. That won't happen. So he cannot take up an example to prove he was present on all the days. Now when he makes a claim that he was present on all the days of the month of January, the working days of the month of January, and if he is wrong, then the teacher has to show him only one day on which he was absent. Supposing he was absent on 13th January. So madam has to tell him, see, on 13th you are absent. Therefore what you are saying is wrong. So to disprove his statement, madam has to give only one example of 13th January. Whereas to prove his statement that he was present on all the working days of the month of January, he cannot pick up one example. He will have to show that he was present on all the working days, and then only the claim can be accepted, otherwise no. So similarly children, please realize, whenever you want to prove a statement to be true, you cannot take up an example and say, see, it is right for this, therefore it is right always. No, that won't happen. So just like, I will give you one more example if you want to understand. I say that Pn is a statement that n square plus n plus 41 is a prime number. Now somebody makes a claim like this, that n square plus n plus 41 is a prime number, where n is a natural number, supposing. So you pick up n, so 1 plus 1 plus 41, 43, that's a prime number. You pick up 2, 4 plus 2 plus 41, 47, that also is a prime number. You take n as 3, so 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 41, 53, that also is a prime number. And like that, if you go on, you will find prime numbers. So you may be believing that for 1, 2, 3 it is right. That means it is right always. No children, if you pick up n as 41, then this will be 41 square plus 41 plus 41. It will be a multiple of 41. So this is not a prime number for n equal to 41. Thus, to prove a statement, you cannot take few examples. But to disprove a statement, you can take counter example. Like if somebody made a claim like this, I could have said, see, for n equal to 41, this is being wrong. And the statement gets disproved. So please remember the concept of logic. If you want to disprove a thing, you can give an example, counter example rather. But to prove a certain statement, you will have to prove it theoretically that it is true for all the values. Now x belongs to A and A belongs to B implies x belongs to B. So x is an element of A. I am taking the first one. X is element of set A. So I will write set A like X, Y and Z. And he says A belongs to B. A belongs to B. That means this set should be inside B. So B will be like P, Q, X, Y, Z, R. Something like this. So this A is an element of B now. Now we can make out X is not belonging to B because I cannot see element X over here. I cannot see one element, just like P, Q, R, I cannot see element X. So I will write P belongs to B, Q belongs to B, R belongs to B, and the set X, Y, Z. This belongs to B, but I cannot see only X over here. So that becomes wrong. Even if I had X belongs to A, and supposing A was taken only as X and B was taken to be as, supposing P, Q, X, R. In that case, P would have been element of B, Q would have been element of B, set X would have been element of B, R would have been element of B, but alone X is not belonging to B. Set X is belonging to B, X is not belonging to B. Therefore, the statement is false. Please pause and copy, children. Please pause and copy. Then, A subset B and B belongs to C. Then A belongs to C. Now, A subset of B, we think like this. So, A subset of B means supposing A is AB. It is subset of B. So, B will be supposing B is ABC. So, A subset of ABC. B belongs to C. So, maybe C will be PQR, ABC, and R like this. So, A belongs to C or not? A means set AB. Here, what are elements of C? P belongs to C, Q belongs to C, R belongs to C, and ABC belongs to C. But AB does not belong to C. So, A belongs to C is wrong. I cannot see element AB belonging to C. If A would have been AB and B also would have been AB, still I can say A subset of B. This will still hold if both are equal. And he said B belongs to C, so C would have been P, AB and Q supposing. So B belongs to C. In that case, I will say P belongs to C, Q belongs to C, and AB belongs to C. In that case, I can say A belongs to C, but always A is not belonging to C. So a statement is right if it is right in all the situations, not only in the selective situations. This is the selective situation when A is equal to B. If A is not equal to B, then you can see AB will not belong to C. Statement is false. Statement is false. Please pause and copy. Then third one, A subset B and B subset C implies A subset C. So if I draw Venn diagram, children, A is subset of B, so it will come like this. B is subset of C, so maybe it will come like this. So I can make out A will be subset of C. So I believe statement is true. So one is Venn diagram method, another theoretical method. Given, you have to go like this. Given is A subset of B and B subset of C. I have to prove A subset of C. Children, how do we prove that one set is subset of another set? If I want to prove A subset of C, take some element over here and prove that it is present here also. Then this will be subset of this. That is a technique to prove one set as subset of another set. This is the technique to prove one set as subset of another set. Take one element here, show that it is present here, then this will be called subset of this. So proof goes like this. Let A belong to A. So A subset of B, so whatever is in A will be in B because A is subset of B. So that means A belongs to B because A is subset of B. And B subset of C, so whatever is in D will come in C. So that means A belongs to C since B is subset of C. So A sub belonging to A has proved A belonging to C. Therefore, A belongs to A implies A belongs to C. Therefore, A is subset of C and therefore true. Like this. Okay, then fourth one. A is not subset of B and B is not subset of C. That implies A is not subset of C. See, if I have A as 1, 2, I have got B as 2, 3, 4. So A is not subset of B. And if I have C as 1, 2, 5, then you can see B is not subset of C. So A is not subset of B and B is not subset of C, that we have taken sets like this. So A is not subset of B because all elements of A are not present in B. All elements of B are not present in C. So A is not subset of B and B is not subset of C. But I can find A is subset of C. All elements of A are in C. So, but it is found A subset of C. So by counter example I proved that if I take two sets A, B, I take three sets A, B, C in such a way that A is not subset of B and B is not subset of C, still I can have A subset of C. So therefore the statement is found to be false by the method of counter example. Please pause and copy, children. Please pause and copy. See, fifth one, X belongs to A and A is not subset of B. So X belongs to A, so maybe A is equal to X and Y. X belongs to A. A is not subset of B, so maybe B can be YZ. Then X belongs to B. No, we have proved X does not belong to B. So therefore, X does not belong to B, that is a false statement. Counter example I have given. Okay, then sixth one. This was 5 and now the sixth one. A subset B and X does not belong to B. It is like this, see. Let us think. A is subset of B, so A will be inside B. Then X does not belong to B. X does not belong to B. So this is B and this is A. So X does not belong to B means X cannot be here, anywhere inside. Therefore X has to be somewhere here or anywhere else. X does not belong to A. Yes, we know. If X is not in B, it cannot be in A. We feel that it is maybe a correct proposition. So then we will have to prove it theoretically because we feel it is correct. So given A is not subset of B, A is subset of B, sorry, and X does not belong to B, we have to prove X does not belong to A. So proof. Suppose X belongs to A. I have to prove this is wrong. So I assume the contradictory condition and somehow I will prove that my supposition is wrong. So my supposition is X belongs to A. If it is wrong, therefore X will not belong to A. So once I say X belongs to A and it is given A is subset of B, therefore X will belong to B also because A is subset of B. And this condition says whatever is in A will come in B. But X not belong to B, that is given to B. Therefore, our supposition is wrong and therefore X does not belong to A proved. Okay? Because we assume that X belongs to A, our supposition is wrong, therefore X does not belong to A, therefore we have proved like this. Please pause and copy, children. Please pause and copy. Okay, we are having the next question, children. It is given to me that for three sets A, B, C, A union B is same as A union C and A intersection B is same as A intersection C. We have to prove that B equal to C. So children, in set theory, how do you prove two sets to be equal? Understand the technique, please listen nicely. If I want to prove B equal to C, I will prove that B is subset of C and C is subset of B. If I am able to prove that, understand the technique, I will prove that B is subset of C and C is subset of B. If I can prove that, then B will be equal to C. Always you will follow this technique to prove two sets to be equal. A should be subset of B and B should be subset of A, then only A and B will be equal. To prove B subset of C, to prove this, assume X belongs to B and prove that X belongs to C. And to prove this, take Y belongs to C and prove that Y belongs to B. So any element taken in X is proved to be in C, that means all elements of B are in C, therefore B is subset of C. Any element taken in B will be proved to be present in C, Therefore, all elements of B will be present in C. Therefore, B will be subset of C. Any element taken in C will be proved to be present in B. Therefore, all elements of C are in B. Therefore, C subset of B. This will be the technique to prove B equal to C. First prove B subset of C and then prove C subset of B. How to prove subset? This technique you have to take. Okay, so we think like this. Given to us is A intersection B is equal to A intersection C and A union B is equal to A union C. We have to prove that B is equal to C. So proof. So as I told you, first we will prove B subset of C. So take some element in B. Suppose B belongs to B. And now I have to prove it is present in C. Now children, B is present in B. It may be present in A, it may not be present in A, at least that is there. So I take two cases. B belongs to A and B does not belong to A. Those two cases will be there. In both the cases, I should be able to prove that B belongs to C. Please understand. Whether it is present in A or whether it is not present in A, both the cases will arise. So if B belongs to A, that means B is present in B and A both. That means it will be present in the intersection region. If I draw a Venn diagram, A and B, B I have taken in B and A also, so B will come over here. In this case, B is not present in A, but B is present in B. So this is A and this is B, then B will come over here. So here I can see this implies B belongs to A intersection B. So that means B belongs to A intersection C also, because it is given to me that A intersection B is same as A intersection C. If B belongs to A intersection C, situation will be like this. A and C. See, it is here. So B belongs to A intersection C, that means it is present in C. This means B belongs to C. So we proved in this case B belongs to C. B belongs to B, proved B belongs to C. Let us come over here. B does not, so it is here. So that means B belongs to at least A union B, that we know. It is not present in A, it is present over here, but it is present in A union B, that is there. For union, it should be present at least in one set. It is present in B, so in A and B, if we unite, it will be there. So this means B also belongs to A union C, because these two sets are equal, given to me. Now if I draw the Venn diagram for A and C, it is coming out to be like this, A and C. Now children, B is present in A union C, so it can be here, here or here. But it is not present in A, so it cannot come over here, it cannot come over here, it has to come over here. So B belongs to A union C and B does not belong to A. Therefore you have to put B over here. So you can see that implies B belongs to C. So in either case, B belongs to B has proved B belongs to C, therefore B is subset of C. And then similarly, just as B belongs to B, you take C belongs to C and proceed in the same way. Because it is the same way I write, similarly, we can prove, I need not do it because method is similar, C subset of B. And therefore, B equal to C, proved. Please pause and copy, children. So next question is that, children, we have to show that the following four conditions are equivalent. We have to prove that they are equivalent means if this is given, we have to prove this. This is given, we have to prove this. This is given, we have to prove this. And this given, we have to prove this. Cycle should be there. 1 implies 2, 2 implies 3, 3 implies 4, 4 implies 1. Then we will say they are equivalent or they mean one and the same thing. If you try to draw Venn diagrams by taking A subset B, then all other three will be the same sets. That is the meaning of saying. But we go by the theoretical method. to prove that A minus B will be a null set if A subset of B and all those things. So I go by the first method. See, given is A is subset of B, and I have to prove that A minus B is null set. If I have to prove two sets to be equal, then I should prove that this is subset of this and this is subset of this. Null set is already a subset of all the sets, so we did not prove that this is subset of this. Now I have to only prove this subset of null set. This subset of null set, or if I prove there is no element in A minus B, then also it is proved that A minus B is a null set. So what do? I start my proof like this. Suppose there is some element x in A minus B. So if x is in A minus B, then children, it will be in what region? Just understand. If this is A and this is B, then you know this is the A minus B region. So x has to be over here. That means x cannot be in B. If it would have been here or here, then we can say x is in B. But we have taken x belongs to A minus B, but it is here, but not in B. That implies x is not present in B. But it is given to me that A is subset of B. Therefore, if x belongs to A, then x has to belong to B, otherwise A cannot be a subset of B. See, how do I draw Venn diagram for A subset of B? Like this. This is A and this is B. So if I take x in A, it has to come in B. I cannot conclude this thing. Therefore, our conclusion is wrong by taking x belongs to A minus B. Therefore, x cannot belong to A minus B. That way, if I take any element in A minus B, it will be disproved that that element does not exist in A minus B. Therefore, A minus B does not have any element, and therefore we say that A minus B is a null set. To prove A minus B is null set. Okay, then. So I draw this over here for you, children. I draw here for you. If this would have been the thing, this was A and this was B. So if x is in A, x has to be in B. Okay. Then I come to the second part. Given this, I have to prove this. So given to me is A minus B is null set. I have to prove A union B will be B. Proof. Again, I have to prove this subset of this and this subset of this. B is already subset of A union B by properties of union, we have already seen. So we need not prove that B is subset of A union B. I will have to prove A union B subset of B. For that, let x belong to A union B. That means x belong to A or x belongs to B by the definition. But A minus B is a null set, so we have to take that into consideration. See, A and B is there. I have to put x in A or in B, but I know that A minus B is null set, so I cannot put x over here because this is A minus B. This is null set given to me. This is the region of A minus B, so I cannot put x over here. That means I have to put x over here or here. So I may put here or here anywhere. So I can put x here also and here also. In either case, it will belong to B. That implies x belongs to B. So x belongs to A union B has proved x belongs to B. Therefore, x belongs to A union B has proved x belongs to B, and therefore A union B is subset of B, and B is already subset of A union B by property of union, and therefore A union B comes out to be equal to B. Proved like this. Then I go to the third point. Given this, I have to prove this. Okay. Children, please pause and copy. I will replace. Please pause and copy. I go to third and fourth. Okay. So, I want to prove the third thing now. See, I took this as given and proved this. This has given and proved this. Not I take this as given. Given A union B equal to B, to prove A intersection B is equal to A. Now again we have to prove this subset of this and this subset of this. A intersection B is already subset of A by the properties of intersection. That we need not prove. Now I have to prove A subset of A intersection B. So we go like this. Suppose X belongs to A. And now we know that A and B is B. So X belongs to A, so it can be anywhere. It can be like this. Please understand the Venn diagram first. What is the position of? So X can be here or it can be here. X belongs to A means X will belong to A union B definitely. Because if X is an A, and if I take union of A with anybody, with any set, then X will belong to that set. But A union B is B, that means X belongs to B. So X belongs to A, as proved X belongs to B, and now I know that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. That means X belongs to A and X belongs to B. That means X belongs to A intersection B. So by taking X belongs to A, we have proved X belongs to A intersection B. Therefore, I write like this: has implied X belongs to A intersection B. Therefore, A is subset of A intersection B. And A intersection B already subset of A by properties of intersection. And therefore, A intersection B becomes equals to A. Like this we get it. Now finally the fourth point, children. Fourth set, I have to take this as given and prove this. Given is A intersection B equal to A. I have to prove A subset of B. So take some element over here and show that it is in B, therefore A will be subset of B. So proof, let X belongs to A. So therefore X belongs to A intersection B because both are equal. So X belongs to A intersection B means X has to be in A as well as in B naturally, otherwise it cannot come in intersection. So that means X belongs to B. Therefore X belongs to A as implied X belongs to B. Therefore A subset of B. Proved like this. So therefore we prove like this, all the four conditions are equivalent. Please pause and copy, children. So now three more sums here having, children. See, if A is subset of B, then prove that C minus B is subset of C minus A. And two more sums have written. So see, given A is subset of B, to prove C minus B subset of C minus A. So there goes the proof, children. A is subset of B. That means A dash will be superset of B dash, that we know by the properties. So that means B dash will be subset of A dash, and therefore C intersection B dash will be subset of C intersection A dash. Taking intersection with the common set, that is okay. And this means C minus B subset of C minus A, like this. The second one, it is given to me that power set of A is equal to power set of B. I have to prove A equal to B. So I should prove A subset of B and B subset of A. So I take some element over here and prove that it is present in B, therefore A will be subset of B. To prove, see like this. Suppose X belongs to A. That means set X will belong to power set of A. And that means set X will also belong to power set of B because these two are equal. So this can be in PB only when X is in B. Understand? If I make a set B as Y and Z, so what will be power set of B? That will be null set, that will be Y, that will be Z, and that will be YZ. So if X does not belong to B, then set X will not come in B. So if I want set X to belong in B, then I have to write B as supposing XY. Then what will be PB? See, it will be null set, set X, set Y, and set XY. So till the time X is not in B, this is B for me and this is PB for me. If I want set X in PB, then X should be in B. If I don't put set X in PB, then X cannot come in B. So set X is coming in PB, that means X will be belonging to B. That is what we understand. So these are few examples that I gave you to understand. So that means X belongs to A, has implied X belongs to B, therefore A is subset of B. And similarly we can prove B is subset of A and therefore A is equal to B. Like this. Please pause and copy, children. I need to do the third sum. Please pause and copy. See, PA union PB, we have to given is PA union PB. We have to verify PA union B will be equal to this much or not. So we are given two sets maybe. Given are two sets A and B, and we have to verify that power set of A union power set of B, that will be equal to power set of A union B or not, that we have to check. So if these two sets are equal, I should prove this subset of this and this subset of this. So I take some element over here and try to prove it is present over here. Then I take some element over here, try to prove it is present over here. So proof, let set X belong to PA union PB. PA and PB are two sets, therefore set X. In power set, element will not come. Elements like this will come, having set notation, if you are at power set of any element. So, for example, if I write A as XY, then what will be power set of A? Power set will contain null set, set X, and XY. So power sets contain only set elements like this. So therefore I am not taking small simple X, I am taking set X. Because simple X cannot belong to PA union PB. Power set means it will be in the form of set. Element will be in the form of set. You can see that. So that means either this element is over here or here. So that means set X belongs to PA or set X belongs to PB. Now set X will belong to PA if X belongs to A or X belongs to B. That means X will belong to A union B, and then set X will belong to power set of A union B. So therefore set X belonging to PA union PB has implied set X belongs to PA union B. Therefore this is subset of this. Therefore power set of A union power set of B is subset of power set of A union B. Now for the next one, I have to take some element over here and prove it is present over here. So let Y belong to power set of A union B. That means Y will be present in A union B, then only the set will come in the power set. Y belongs to A union B means either Y is in A or Y belongs to B. That means set Y will belong to power set of A or set Y will belong to power set of B. That means set Y will belong to power set of A or union power set of B. So that means set Y belonging to power set of A union B has implied set Y belonging to PA union PB. Therefore, we can say that power set of A union B is subset of PA union PB. So this subset of this and this subset of this, therefore two sets are equal. Please pause and copy, children. So children, we are having three more sums are written on the board. For sets A and B, we have to show A equal to this much and this much equal to A union B. Let us go for the first one. A intersection B union A minus B on RHS. I take up RHS and that is A intersection B union A minus B. Children, this is A intersection B union. This you know it is A intersection B dash. I take A intersection common from both. So I am left with B union B dash. So this is A intersection. B union B dash U by properties and A intersection U will be A and that is equal to LHS. So easy. Look at the next one. LHS is A union B minus A. That is A union B intersection A dash. Distribute A union. So this becomes A union B intersection A union A dash. I distribute A union with both A union B and A union A dash and this intersection over here. See A union with B, A union with A dash. So A union B, A union A dash and its intersection over here. Like this we distribute union over intersection. So this is A union B, A union A dash, that will be U. And during intersection I know this will become A union B by properties of union and intersection. So that is equal to what? RHS. Children, please copy. I will do the next ones. Okay. Show that A union A intersection B. So LHS is A union A intersection B. Distribute union. So A union A intersection A union B. This will be A only. So A intersection A union B. By properties we know union is bigger than A. So this will be equal to, we want smaller set because of intersection. In A union B and A if we compare, this is bigger set and this is smaller set. And you want intersection. So in intersection result is smaller set. So this will be equal to A and that is RHS. Like this we get. And the second one, LHS A intersection A union B. Distribute A intersection A union A intersection B. This will be A union A intersection B. We know that this is a bigger set and this is a smaller set. Intersection means the set will become smaller. And in union, the answer is bigger set. So which is bigger out of the two? This one. So this is A and that is RHS. Like this we get. The third one is A intersection B is A intersection C. So we have to show that B not equal to C. We can take a counter example. Supposing A is XY or maybe XYZ. So B is YZM. And supposing C is PYZ. What will be A intersection B? Which elements are common? Y and Z. What will be A intersection C? Which elements are common? Y and Z. So we can see A intersection B is same as A intersection C. But B and C are not same sets because here M and here P. So this example we proved that A intersection B can be equal to A intersection C. But that doesn't mean B equal to C. So children, I have taken up 10 sums from the first exercise. This exercise is very long, so I will make 2 videos. In the next video, I will cover up the remaining practical sums. Thank you and God bless you children.